Thank you very much. The very first, I'm pickling the slide here. The very first slide is going to be a product variation. It's a product packaging change that you have asked for. Some have asked nicely. Demuccio has demanded, and we got it. And that is to go single serving packets with the KVB. KVB has been a phenomenal success. It's the only shake on the market designed for somebody who is over 35. The only one. It doesn't have caffeine. It doesn't have cheap protein. It doesn't have the kinds of things that other people have in their shake in order to go out there and get you to use it. But what it does have is a way to give you high quality vegetable protein with all the essential amino acids. It does have a way to detoxify your system with heavy metals. And last but not least, it has a way to give you clarity of thought, to get you to be able to go in and retrieve the files. And I'll tell you a very short story. Dennis Bryant, you know Dennis Bryant, Focus on Growth? He's right across the hall with his tapes and his books, and his wife Nancy. And Dennis came to me a little while ago and he said, Dave, I'm not as sharp as I used to be. I said, take the KVB, drink the KVB for breakfast for 1 week, and you'll see the difference. And he reported back to me and he said, you know, we have a spread in New Braunfels, Texas, where we had a swimming hole. And I kind of redid it, and I put a dock, and I planted fruit trees around it. And I like to go down there once in a while and just have a little peace of mind. And he said, but the MCTs really kicked in. And he said, let me tell you a story. I got up one morning, and I said to Nancy, I'm going down to the swimming hole. And I grabbed a plastic bucket, and I said, I'll pick some fruit while I'm down there. So he walked down, and as he got close, he heard squealing and giggles. And apparently, there were some young women from town who were skinny dipping in his pond. And as he got closer, he made noise so they would hear him. And of course, they all rushed into the deep end. And they said, why are you here? You're spying on us. And he said, look, I'm not here to spy on you. And I'm certainly not here to see you naked. And they said, well, why are you here? And he held up the bucket and he said, I'm here to feed the alligator. So what I'd like to do, now that's quick thinking. Anyway, we have taken the primary, the essential technology and product that Mr. Masuda went door to door selling way back in the day in Japan, which is the magnetic insole. And we have transformed it and come up with a new product that is just not an evolution, but a revolution. So we're going to watch a short video, and then I'll talk a little bit about it.
Our skeletal orientation means that human beings are bi. That is, we're bipeds. This upright position gives us certain advantages. It allows us to play basketball. We can reach items on the top shelf. And with only 2 legs, our pants are less complicated. But there's one big drawback. That posture places all of our body weight on 2 feet. The result? At the end of a long day, or sometimes much sooner than that, our feet are killing us. For this reason, shoe insoles are a popular consumer product. But at Nikken, we know that an ordinary insole is not good enough. Introducing M-Strides. Kenko M-Strides are the latest result in a long process of Nikken research and development that began with the company's very first product, MagSteps, a revolutionary magnetic insole, the first in the world. MagSteps replicated the magnetic field that human beings have lived in for millennia, a natural force whose influence has been reduced by the artifacts of modern civilization. Others soon copied the magnetic insole concept. But for us, MagSteps were only the beginning. Over the decades, we found ways to improve the design. But new M-Strides are more than an improvement. They're a radical departure from anything seen before. M-Strides feature patent-pending Dynaflux magnetic technology. Dynaflux was developed exclusively for Nikken, and M-Strides are the first application of it in an insole. It might have seemed impossible to engineer this concept in that form. At Nikken, we did it anyway. The Dynaflux design positions magnetic surfaces with the same polar orientation, either positive or negative, opposite each other at multiple points. Placing separate magnetic fields in opposition produces a multiplier effect. It increases the magnetic coverage over a wider area and the depth of the field. Dynaflux is the only technology using permanent magnets that can accomplish this without requiring an increase in Gauss strength. Other magnetic fields of any intensity tend to be strong at the surface, then diminish rapidly with distance. Dynaflux increases both the area and the reach. But there's more to this design. The internal opposed components of a Dynaflux disc are held apart not by a spring, but by the natural force of magnetic repulsion. When activated by any motion, for example, when walking, these interior parts are compressed and released. This repeated action intensifies the magnetic field. In this sense, an M-Strides insole is like a magnetic field generator in your shoe. The physical motion of these tiny Dynaflux magnets also imparts a massaging effect. These active circles are arranged in points of contact across the comfortable yet durable surface of the M-Strides base. When you walk, their constant movement produces a subtle but energizing stimulation. Active massaging contact circles. Exclusive Dynaflux technology that produces a dynamic, constantly changing magnetic field. Greater coverage and depth. For an active lifestyle, in sport or dress shoes for everyday wear, M-Strides insoles do what nothing else can. From the company that does what no one else can. Nikken.
Okay. Let me just go over this briefly, and what I will do is promise to cover everything in detail at my breakout session tomorrow afternoon. So I hope you come to that. There will be prizes given away. And in fact, I'm serious, we're going to be giving prizes, giving up prizes for people who come in. We're going to do a random drawing. People who go and evaluate the prototype beds that we have in the La Luna room. I don't know if you know about that. Stop by, have a lay down, take a look, tell us which ones you prefer, and we'd appreciate that. Going back to the M-Strides, just want to pick some of the salient points here. Exclusive Dynaflux technology. It is not a technology that we license. It's not a technology that we borrow. It's a technology that we've developed in-house and that we own. You've seen it in other things. You've seen it in other products, but it's always been a static representation. This one is actually active. Every time you take a step, you pump those Dynaflux nodes and put what I call a set of fluid flux funnels. I had fun with that one. Fluid flux funnels underneath for more effective energy penetration. These insoles, when you see them, they have increased flexibility, soft feel, ventilation. They're trimmable. A pair of tin snips will do perfectly. They're easy to use, and this is a real number up here. This is not well, we couldn't measure the Gauss, so we put 800 to 1,000. It is 800 at its quiescent state, and then when you're pumping it, it does go up to 1,000. Enough of that. I will cover it tomorrow in my, you've seen this. This is the Dennis Williams demonstration. And what I'm going to do is not belabor how it works, because I'll get into all that tomorrow at the breakout. What I'd like to do instead is go to the real proof of the pudding, which is in the tasting. The PC meeting yesterday, we had several of the leaders get up because they were testers. We've tested this, we've tested this, we've tested this, we put it in the field, we've had our leaders test it, and the best way for me to tell you about how good this product is to show you a testimonial from somebody that you know and love. So can we